Hey everybody, Mark over here at Twanger's Turntable. I hope you're all doing well. This finds you well on this day, this evening, whatever it is when you happen to be watching this. Back for another video. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I hope you'll find something you'll dig, you'll stick around, and if you enjoy seeing vinyl, that's essentially what you're going to see here. And not a whole lot of fancy editing or much of anything other than me showing records and shooting the shit sort of thing, just talking about the records. If you're returning, you already know that. So I'm back for another video. Thanks for everyone for your support, by the way. Returning, new, alike, whatever. I really do appreciate the support. I just enjoy showing my records, and when I get a chance to do so, it's nice to know that at least somebody will see it somewhere. But yeah, I'm back. I usually don't do videos this often as I have done recently, but I haven't really elaborated on why. I've had some time off recently. So yeah, I've taken advantage of that and tried to put out some videos, maybe more so than usual, and which is the case today. So I've got a few records I'm going to show you. Just stand by here. We'll say cheers and wet our whistle. Or I'll wet my whistle if you're not. I'm the one doing the talking. Well, maybe you are too, but hey, whatever floats your boat. Good to hang out, regardless of what you're doing. So if you watch any of my recent videos, you'll know that one I did was for a thread response to Nick with Careful With That Axe, Eugene, over in Wales. And what that was bookending long gaps in a career. Mind the Gap, I think it was. Just a play on words about Nick's tendencies to have gaps in his videos, and I could totally relate to that, and I'm sure most of us can at one time or another. We'll have gaps where we're away. But anyway, I digress. So the reason why I'm back today is in that video, I showed a record. One of the bands it was a bit of a cheater band, I would suggest, because it was, I didn't actually have one of the albums at the beginning of that bookend, and it was Deep Purple, and I showed Stormbringer because I didn't have Come Taste the Band, and then up to Perfect Strangers. So that's what I'm getting to. So my wife and I have had some time off. I've been doing physio and all these appointments and whatnot, and after those we've been finally spending some time getting to know this fair city that we've been in now for a good 2.5 years, but never really had a lot of time to ourselves to kind of explore. So we've been doing that. Yesterday we took the boat down the river. It was really nice. Hence the red face. I loved being out on the boat, just standing on the boat and going down the river with the wind blowing in your face. We did that back in PEI too, but I don't get to do that very often, and I love doing it. But yeah, so we're out on the river and exploring and whatnot. Today, however, I did my appointment, and then we stopped in just a little community within Montreal here, Lachine, and I walked by this record store. I didn't even know it existed. And so for some reason, I was pulled in. It was like some type of a black hole pulling in. And although I was able to come out, as we know, in the black hole, nothing comes out. Not even light. And my wife may have been a little concerned. She did come in with me, which was nice, my bestie. She looked through some records, some of the metal records, whatever, and some of those were pricey, so we passed on most of those, and then she said, you go ahead, I'm going to wait outside, and she went for a walk. And so I did find some that I was pleasantly surprised to find, and a couple of, that word grail gets thrown around a lot. They're not necessarily grails. I don't even know if I have very much I would consider a grail, I suppose, if I thought about some really, anyway, I'm not going there. Where I am going is I did find some, and one of them was Come Taste the Band. So I'm going to show you the ones I did find, and that's the reason for this video today. I don't get a chance to do this very often, so I figured, hey, I got a few records here, and for reasonable prices too. I negotiated with the dude, which was awesome. He was willing to negotiate. I'm going to hold his card up here. It's my français is not so good, so pardon my French, literally, for my francophone friends out there. I don't speak it all that fluently, unfortunately, but we'll just say, I give it a good effort. But Services Capricorn, it's called, and yeah, he's right down Lachine, 227 10th Avenue, Lachine. 300,000 vinyl in stock, and that's probably a fair estimate. I walked in there, and one of the knocks on the place, I'm not going to put a negative tone on this, it's a fantastic spot, but you do have to be prepared to dig through, because some sections are very well organized, other sections, be prepared to spend some time if you're dedicated to finding some. There's a lot of stuff that I don't normally come across in the wild, but I kept it to a minimum of, I spent maybe 30-40 minutes in there, and that was enough. I just wanted to get out, and we were walking along the canal, and like I say, having a good time. So some of these, you know, they will resonate with some people. I think I've got a little bit of everything here. Some stuff that from the 80s that was kind of in that new wave genre that I kind of dig a little more than I used to. And then some stuff that it hasn't been reissued in a long time, so it's hard to find unless you find it in a record store. So let's get to it. The first one here, I believe this is from 1984, and I do have the records. They do need a really good cleaning. Some of them are better than others, so I'm in the process of doing that. Most of them are in really good shape, and the Deep Purple was fantastic. So, and I got them all at a really good price, but we'll talk about that. So first one is A Flock of Seagulls, The Story of a Young Heart. This is basically their third album, 1984, I believe it is. I'll pull it out of that sleeve. I've already begun to sleeve them. I like to sleeve them and then show them before I put them away and catalog them, which I was going to get back to eventually anyway, that Nobody's Vault But Mine show and tell I was doing the series. So I'll add this to that playlist, but I still got a bunch I need to get to. Yeah, 1984, so this would have been their third release. And it's got the original inner sleeve in it, and like I say, the vinyl itself is in decent shape. They all are decent, with even one that's maybe, once I give it a good cleaning, I'll have a better assessment of it, but I'm not expecting it's going to be, it's probably very good at best, but for what I got it for, I thought I'd take a chance on it and add it to my collection. I had it I didn't even have it. I think I heard it, but yeah, so Flock of Seagulls, 1984. This guy, I like most of anything he does up to a certain point. There is one that I've been trying to see, or trying to find. I've had my eye on, and I think Steve over there showed it one time, and I was very envious of that, because it's hard to find on record. But not this one. This one was the only one I could find that I don't have of his that I wanted, and it's Big Daddy by John Cougar Mellencamp. This would have been what, 90 somewhere in there. I don't even 1989, pretty close. So this would be the big song on here. Would probably be Pop Singer. Jackie Brown is on here. It's decent. This is trending more towards his low key stuff. Dare I say, folk to country-ish. I don't know. That's my vibe on it anyway. Maybe not a good take. I'm not sure. So yeah, glad to add that for what I paid, like $5 or something. And then this one I've been on the lookout for a while. Sammy Hagar, of course. Standing Hampton. Now I've seen a lot of people show this, but I've never had it. Probably best known for There's Only One Way to Rock, and the track from the heavy metal soundtrack. It's on here, Heavy Metal. Yeah. Was never a fan of Sammy with Van Halen, but I do like his Montrose and solo stuff, so scored that one. That was also $5. So a couple there I showed you. I think Flock of Seagulls was 7. These other two were 5. And then funny enough, Steve was also showing this a while back, and when I was doing my other thread of 4 for 4 for Simon, either yesterday or day before, I was going to choose this band, but then I seen Steve show them, and then when I actually started going through my records, I realized I didn't have 4 anyway, because I didn't have this one. And it's a debut from Red Rider, Don't Fight It. So pretty good record. I at one time, all I had was a compilation of Red Rider. Was never a huge fan of Tom Cochran, the lead vocalist, after he left and went solo. But I do like most of the Red Rider stuff. What's on here that might be popular? Don't Fight It. That would be a very popular one, I would suggest. White Hot, that's another one. Avenue A, I remember that one. That was on the comp that I had. So yeah, I mean, it's a decent record. If you like Red Rider, like I say, I think in this pile of finds I have, there's maybe a little bit for everyone, but decent album. Canadian band, Red Rider, if for those who are not aware of that. And then this one, I grabbed this for my bestie. She grew up on this record, and when I sit and listen to this, it's just so much fun. I was never a huge fan, but sitting and listening to it with her and her knowing the vocals like back to front, every little bar, and she's even got, so it's this album here, and she's got that tattoo actually on her leg. Jesus Christ Superstar. She's always been a fan, and there is actually some killer tunes on here. Great guitar work, great. If there's one complaint with this one, it's a reissue, and it does sound a little thin. I really have to kind of crank up the mid and the bass on this. Just, I don't know, but it is, and I thought I got it for her years ago, but I was mistaken, and I'll show you what I got for her before, because I saw this. I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't a huge fan, as I said, but this one is actually really good too. But this is the what is it? Recorded in English, Jesus Christ Superstar. This is like the play or something like that. Yeah, the rock opera, and it's got Ian Gillan and stuff on vocals. It's really good. So I had thought I got it for her before, but she was quick to tell me, no, that's not it. But this is. So both were here, and it's got all the original. It's missing a few pages of the booklet that was in there with the poster, but it does have all the lyrics and everything. And so that was a cool find. I was glad to find that, and it's in decent shape. Like I say, I'm in the process of cleaning that now. The biggest issue with this is there's a lot of tracks on here, and they're really squeezed together. And it is a double album already as it is. So I think they could spread it out over at least 3, probably 4 vinyl, and it would do it some good. So yeah, I was glad to grab that. Another one that I alluded to when I started the video. I remember this from years ago, probably in that same vein as like Guns N' Roses and that kind of sleaze rock metal of the late 80s. And it's a band called Junkyard. So they're on Geffen Records as well, just like GNR were. And I believe this is their debut. What they did as far as how much success they had with this, I could not tell you. I don't know. I just remember, and I think I seen my buddy Aaron Musa Alamare show this. He may have even done a Tipsy Tuesday on this, if I recall. But it is definitely good if you're into that kind of thing, that type of sleaze metal, hard rock type thing. So, and that one was $10. So, you know, all these, I basically took all the records I had and I went up to the counter and he gave me a price, and I essentially told him, I said, well, this is what I have in cash, but that's okay. I can put a couple of back or whatever so we can meet that price. And then he said, no, that's fine. So, you know, I lucked out on that. And then this one I'd wanted. It's the Power Up AC/DC from, what is this, 2022 now or 2023? No Malcolm on this one. It was dedicated to Malcolm. But I've heard lots of good things about it. Oh my goodness, is that really 2020? Am I seeing that right, guys? Is it 2020? That seems impossible to me. Oh well, I guess that's what it says on here. I wonder what it says on the vinyl. What does it say? I know this is great viewing, I'm sure. Yeah, no, it's yeah, no. It does say 2020, so I need to give that a good cleaning. I cleaned this up. I even cleaned the outside because it had some stickers on it, and when I wiped it with a damp rag, it looked like it had been through a fire, like it had smoke damage. But it's got no odor to it or what, but it was black. I mean, it was a white rag. I wiped it, it was just black. So I cleaned it all up. I still have to do the bath for the vinyl there and clean it up. But this one was $20. So that's probably maybe $15 US thereabouts. So I thought that was a good deal. So I grabbed that. And then this one, It's not an official release. I knew that as soon as I pulled the well, I could tell the image wasn't that great, but yeah, Angel Dust, Faith No More. You can see it's maybe a little dull, the image. But this is the one that came off of, came after the real thing, Epic, that album, you know, Faith No More. So yeah, I was glad to grab that. And again, like I say, I gave him a one lump sum for all these, but the price he had on this, I think, was $25, and that's not what I paid. Let's just leave it at that. And then finally, as I alluded to in the beginning, this is the original UK press of Come Taste the Band. It is the gatefold with Mr. Tommy Bolin on guitar. And so it's got that nice glossy finish gatefold, and it's got the insert. The insert has been, the inner sleeve, I should say, has been taped. But yeah, and the actual vinyl itself is in really good shape. So I was very pleased with that. I don't know how well that shows up, but looking forward to giving that a good cleaning and listening to it again. I couldn't help myself. I had to drop the needle on that one and listen already. So, and it sounds great. So hopefully with a nice cleaning, it'll, okay, I don't know what happened, but it happened again. So maybe it wasn't my phone that's running out of memory. I'll have to look into that. I apologize, but it cut out on me. So hence the edit that, just like my last video. So I'll look into that. I apologize. So I was just ready to wrap it up anyway. So yeah, I don't know where this ranks in the catalog of Deep Purple, but certainly with factor in the late Tommy Bolin, it's a pretty special one. And I'll do a zoom in close up there for my buddy Steve. There you go, buddy. Yeah, great album. So I'm glad to add that to my collection. I hope I'm not repeating myself, but I was just about to wrap it up. So I will. I'll say thank you to you all for indulging, allowing me to show these records like I enjoy doing. I hope you enjoy watching them, and you'll find something you like here, as I mentioned in the beginning. So yeah, that's literally my new vinyl finds. Just today I found those, and I will get back to showing the rest of them like I promised before. I alluded to before. I make no promises here. That's ridiculous. But I will get back to that now that I have this a little bit of time off. The show and tell of Nobody's Vault But Mine. But for now, I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again on my next video as well. If you did enjoy it, leave a comment, whatever, about any of these finds that I picked up. Something that's been on your radar or not, whatever it is. Just, yeah, however you decide to participate, whether it's just viewing or liking, commenting, just whatever. You know, I enjoy making the videos. It's just a hobby for me. So until next time, folks, take care of yourselves. Be good, and I hope to see you back here. Cheers. Ciao for now, everybody. Bye.